Hello and welcome back to Just Painted. Alright, so we're on part 3 of this tutorial. Uh, so we did the prepping, priming for the kit, for the Swan, and we did the painting part for the figure, and we're going to be jumping into the painting part of the bases. Alright, both bases, the single base for the standard figure and the large upgrade base, all right, for the train door. All right, so this is where we had left off the last time. There he is. I still have to tone down the paints. They're a little too glossy for me, but I still got to, before I call it done, I want to make sure that nothing needs to be touched up and things like that. But there he is right there. I'm very happy the way he came out. Okay. There's the back. I love the way that back, everything came out in the back right there with the logos, the patches and all that. Cool, very cool. All right, so there he is right there. He is done. Came out beautiful. So we have the small base. Let me put this on somewhere safe. So we have the smaller standard base that it comes with. Okay. It's got a ton of cool details, all right? And one of the things that I was planning on doing with this was also putting in another base and having a background. Maybe of the interior, of like a blur interior of the of the inside of a passenger car, maybe, or something like that. Or something in that along those lines. So I'm still thinking about that. All right, but this is just it's just for like a display. But this is how the standard base comes. Okay, very simple, very nice. It's pretty hefty. A lot of resin here. All right, and then here is the upgraded, if you want to call it deluxe or whatever, but here is the big base. Now you guys saw me prep this. Okay, if you guys are planning to buy this base, I'm going to tell you right now, this base takes a little bit of elbow grease. Okay, so if this needs to be sanded, gaps and holes need to be filled. I went through some of that on the video. All right, but this is it needs a little work. Okay, I'm not going to lie. There's quite a bit of sanding to do. Nothing like you gotta. It needs a little work. I'm not gonna be lying about it or sugarcoat it. Okay, you got to put a little work to it. All right, but the results, there you go. You don't see no holes. You don't see no gaps and things like that. All this stuff still needs to be glued. Everything still comes apart. All right, I didn't glue anything on. You see as I take it out right there. The doors are not glued in because I want to. There's painting and I want to do graffiti and stuff like that, and I don't want this stuff to get in the way, so I'll glue that stuff down. Once I got a nice fit for everything, where I did some sanding to make the things fit perfectly. Okay, so once this is, I shouldn't have. These are. This is part right here. I think I'm gonna paint. I'm like gonna steel or stainless steel or something like that, to give it that kind of look, and then the rest is going to be painted. So I want to share a picture with you, kind of like where I want to go with this, and show you. Let me get this out of the way for a second so I can show you. Eesh. Yeah. Okay. But like I said, I don't want you guys to get, apprehensive about trying to doing something like this. It's not that hard. I did the video how to prep it, but I'm just letting you know from the get-go that you need to put a little bit of elbow grease to make this look good, okay? And it's, like I said, it's a model kit. So, sanding, filling, all that stuff needs to be done before. And then the priming, obviously, okay? So there it goes right there. This is a big, big sucker. I can't even fit in the freaking camera. It's so big, all right? And what I'm going to try to do before we get started is I'm going to try to get this camera up, because the fixed lens and I don't have the zooming or for anything like that because, okay, but I'll try to bring it up a little bit so you guys get more of this in the picture. But for now, we're going to just do pieces. You know, we're not going to do like the whole thing. So, all right. So, let me share this picture with you and show you exactly where I want to go with this. All right. So there's Rembrandt, okay, in the train. But if you guys notice that, you know, I mean, you know, back in the day and still today in New York, you know, when the trains come in, they all look shiny and everything. But as the tagging war keeps going, they used to tend to just paint over the whole train just to clean it up. And usually what they use is they use like a gray, battleship gray or whatever the hell they had available at that time. But, you know, I live really near close to the city. And I've been on those trains since, you know, since I was very young. And I always remember this, like in the interior, you can see this got like this, that green, wash green seafoam color. That was pretty much the color of that time. Now, I haven't been on a train lately. I don't know if they changed colors or anything like that. But, you know, as you can see, the interior was pretty like the seafoam green or whatever you want to call it. And that color was always very popular at that time. The exterior is a gray, but it also has like that greenish, very light greenish battleship gray color, maybe. So, you know, all depends what kind of paint they had available at the time and stuff. Now, I know they tried to discourage the taggers by painting some of the cars like a rusty red color at one time, but they didn't deter the paint taggers. They were just tagging the crap out of those anyway. So, yeah, you know, the colors changed through time and things like that. You know, and you know, that's kind of like where I want to go with this. And what I've been looking through my stash, I was going through a bunch of different paint colors to see what I can come up with. And I remember that I had this color right here, which is a bright warm gray by Pro Acro. Now this one has like a little, it looks to me like a little tint of greenish color, and kind of like the way I want to go with this thing. All right, and compared to, let me take this and shrink this down because I'm gonna leave this one up for you guys to reference. Let me shrink it down a little bit, and let me bring it to the side. There we go, and we'll leave it up there somewhere for now. Okay. So I got this. This is a regular bright natural green, right, gray right there, and this is a bright warm gray. If you, I don't know if you could tell right there in the camera. It doesn't really come up very well, but it's got like a nice little tint to it. And this is a darker gray, obviously, and then you got a real dark gray right here. All right, so I kind of like this color for the base. And I think I'm going to go with this. Now we're going to do some weathering and things like that too. These doors, maybe add a little rust to some of these rivets and things like that. And just to make it look a little dirty and, you know, and all that stuff. But I think we need to start throwing down some base layers, base color, and layer it up. And this part right here is going to be all like a rubber black, okay, to simulate the door, the rubber in the door. All right, and then the rest of it is going to be all, and except for this part of the base, so you see where these scratches are, I'm going to do those like in a stainless steel or whatever. Same thing with this floor. All right, maybe we'll do something a little different later on, but you know, then you got the hoses and the wires and all the insulation there. You could do that rubber black. Same thing goes with this one here, just so you can throw a little difference in color in there and all that stuff like that. But there you go, right there. This is the bottom. This is guys, this is a lot of resin, and I'm still struggling to come out with a competitive price to this kit. So don't over, you know, so it doesn't become too expensive and not unreachable for people. I want people to feel comfortable buying the kit, especially the upgrade train part. The door, so I haven't come up with a final price on these yet. Like I said, I want to keep it so it's not overpriced, you know. And I'm struggling with trying to come up with those numbers because it is a lot of. This is more than 2 times of resin that it took to print the figure. So just to let you know, this is a lot of resin and this is not light, even though it's hollow. This is resin here. This is just ridiculous. The doors, I don't include the glass for the door, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that we could do this. A cheap way, and then you can buy something to do this, and I'll show you how to do that. It's not that hard. All right, so but yeah, it just would have taken me more time, more resin, and things like that. And this, to be honest with you, this was not part of the idea that I had for the kit. This was a beautiful surprise by the sculptor that did this, to include this thing into the package when I ordered the sculpt. And he did this on his own, and he surprised the hell out of me, and I'm very grateful for it. But I do need to let you guys know that it takes a lot of resin to do this, and I'm having a struggle trying to price it right now. So, and we'll see. I'm going to see how we're going to do this, and just stay tuned. Stay tuned. The intro video is going to be going out before this tutorial, so I should have that once I release the intro, the prices and stuff like that. So just bear with me and be patient with that. I'm trying to make sure that that you guys will be able to afford it and get it, and not have to worry about spending a lot of money on it, hopefully. So okay, so I'm trying to make sure that this goes out and everybody can it's reachable for everybody. So anyway, okay, so what I want to do is I want to start laying down color. All right, this is ready to go. I just got to brush off some dust off of it. And this is a really cool little dust thing from Tamiya. They sell it. I can link it down below if you guys want. But it picks up all the little dust and hairs and stuff. So you're prepping your kit, and you're not going to have any little hairs or little particles in there too. All right. Now the doors took a lot of time to prep and get ready, because it was holes to fill and gaps to fill and things like that. I think that was the hardest part of the whole job, was to get the doors right. All right, but it wasn't, like hard, like oh my god, but it took time. All right, guys, so we got this ready to go. And what I'm going to do here is, just so I can lay down paint, I'm going to start off doing it this way, where I'll have a semi set up here, and we'll do this part first. And I'm going to do this standing up like this. All right. And all you're going to do, guys, is you're going to get a layer of paint all over this guy. All right. You're going to spray. All right. Maybe I'll take this off for now, and then we'll do it. So this way you guys can see better. There we go, because this thing is huge. All right, just like that. All right. So let me get my stuff ready, and we'll come back and we'll get started. All right, so I got some of that color, which is bright warm gray from Pro Acryl. All right, and I just put a little thinner in paint and floor improver. So maybe I should just do this first. Actually, this is going to be like the stainless steel, so you know what, let's just start off with this one here, and then we'll put it on, let it dry, and then we'll move on. We are going to weather the crap out of this. I was thinking about doing some oil for weathering. We'll see. I know the last videos were really, really long, and I apologize, but if that's not your cup of tea or whatever, but this is to show you how to do this kit. It's a special tutorial for me. Also, it's more geared towards beginners and stuff like that, so there's a lot of material in there. Things I usually skipped, I kind of left in there. Just to make sure that people understand. But if anybody has any questions on that, you can always reach me and just email me or PM me on Facebook or whatever, and I'll be more than happy to help out. I'm not putting like a lot of pressure on my trigger. Okay, that's how much I'm putting down. All right. So if you got to do a couple passes, that's fine, but just don't go crazy. Putting a ton of paint all at once, because you're gonna have running paint. You don't want that. So I'm going to let this dry a little bit before I turn it over, and I don't want to lose any paint, so I'll be back. Alright, so there you go. It's all painted and sealed. This one. Okay, so let's take this apart. Let's put it in the side. Get out of the way. Should have left it together. It is what it is. But there it is. All sides painted. Sealed. So I'm going to put this inside. Alright, so let's start painting the doors. I'm going to clean my needle. So guys, just so you know, I've been using this for everything. And I could use a broader airbrush to paint this. But like, I've been giving this thing a test for just about everything, and it's been perfect. I've painted the whole figure with it. And I'm doing the doors with it, and I haven't had no issues. No splattering. No issues whatsoever. Mostly user error. Alright. But other than that, this thing has been solid. The Gallery Mobius 0.2, that's the one I've been using. Just in case if you want to know. And it's an amazing airbrush. So far, a little workhorse, and I love it. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry a little bit, seal it. I'm going to fill it, clean the airbrush a little bit before I just keep on going. Alright, so we'll be back in a few. So there's the one side painted and sealed. Alright guys, so there it is. Alright, the two doors painted. I had a little trouble with the paint, but I had to go over it again, but no big deal. Alright, but there it is. Alright, so all the stuff that needed to be painted this color is done. So I think I'm going to put this on the side. I'm going to jump into painting the metallic on the other stuff. Alright, and then we'll jump in and do the windows, and then we'll paint the graffiti. Alright, so let me get some stuff set up, and then when I come back we'll do either or. Okay, so be back in a bit. Okay, so the next thing that I want to share with you guys is let's do the glass for the windows. Now, I have these styrene plastic sheets. I had these for a little while. I used them for a different project at one time. They come with a protective film and everything, which is pretty cool. They come in different sizes. They're pretty cheap and pretty thin. All right. Now these, I think they're going to work pretty good for what I want. Now the reason why I don't include glass or 3D printed glass, it's just going to be too expensive for me to add those into it, and then I'm afraid of being priced out with this thing. I don't want to make it too expensive or too unaffordable for everybody. So that's the reason why I'm not including that into the kit. Now, you can get these, or you can use, you know, those plastic cookie things that come, and they come with the film or a plastic. You can use something like that. I used those before, and there's nothing wrong with using one of those. Those are cheap. If you have them, those cookie containers that got a clear plastic top, or the whole thing container is a clear plastic, you can use those, recycle those, and cut those up into the shape that you need. Here is the front part of the door, right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is grab a marker. Okay, I got a thin marker right here, or you can use whatever else you have. And what I want to do is I want to place the glass on this side, on the front part. All right, so I'm going to flip this over. This is the back side. All right, so maybe we get two out of this. Okay, so we don't waste. Okay, and you're going to mark it. You're going to trace it. Alright. I might be able to cut this with a scissors. Well, let me check. I'll use my X-Acto, but... Alright, so there we go for that one. Okay. Hopefully that marker won't rub off. Alright, I have a nice pair of sharp scissors here. Let me see how it does when I come up here. I'm wasting here, but I'm using it for showing you guys how I do this. Now I haven't tried to cut this before with scissors, so let me see if I can cut. If not, we'll use the X-Acto. It's a little rough. I think we're going to be better off. Okay. The reason why I want to do this is I can show you right there, but I'm going to have to use the X-Acto for that. No big deal. Alright. I think I got a pretty sharp knife here. Just changed it not too long ago. And I got a straight edge. Alright. I like the styrene because the styrene is a little bit more softer. You can score it. forget you got the protective film in the back also. Might want to just score or cut that. Okay, that's how easy it comes out. Alright, so you're going to do that throughout the whole thing. You got some rounded edges there. You can cut those up later on if you want to continue. So let's just cut this piece off right here. I'm going to keep that protective film in there till the end, okay? Because I don't want to get it dirty or scratchy. Oh, it doesn't matter if it scratches really, because the subway is all going to, the train is going to be all, you know, weathered and tagged, and so you might want to have some natural scratches in there. It wouldn't be a bad idea. But let's just do it like this. So if you don't get a perfect fit, a little trimming down the bottom there. But once you get this in there, you want to put it inside a little bit. Okay. And then what you could do, you get a little putty around the edges for the rubber sealer for the window. Okay. So that's the idea, okay? This one needs to be a little bit trimmed down here. Might need to trim this one on the bottom. Maybe here a little bit to get a perfect fit. Alright, you see how it works? Got to trim it down a little bit. But once you get the fit in there, and you could do this with sandpaper too, or a sanding sponge, which I do have. There you go. Alright. So I gotta trim this some more to get it to fit right. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on sanding and trimming until I can get a good fit. I think I need to trim that. See how the line, you can still show? I think I need to trim that off right there. Alright, so I'll be back. Let me trim that up a little bit. Alright, so what you don't want this to bow. Alright, so you want to get it in there straight. So trim it to where you can get it straight, where I have it like right, almost right there. Just want to get that bow off. But you suppose it right there and there. There it is right there. Just gotta fix that side right there. So I gotta trim a little bit of this corner right here to make it stop bowing, and I can have a nice straight fit. And that's what you want, a nice straight fit. And you go right in the middle of it with it, and then once the glue sets, you get it in there, then you can put the little trim around for the window. All right, you can paint that black rubber. All right, make sure you take the. We're gonna do this as we go, but make sure you take the protective film off. All right, before you glue it. You don't want to be doing that. Trust me, you don't want to be doing that later on. All right. So, and carefully, we're gonna glue this in there. Okay. And I still got to do a little bit of trimming on this corner, and then I think it should be all right. So, because I don't want it to, like, do that bowing. I want it to have it straight. Okay. So make sure you do get a good fit like that, so it doesn't do that. When you start manipulating, it doesn't pop. Okay. Yeah. All right. But you should get a nice fit in there, and then with that, then you can start. Get to the trim, and then we can start doing the graffiti. All right. All right, guys. Be back in a little while. All right. So let's glue one of these puppies in there. So I'm going to take the protective film off. Just side there for a minute. Alright. Very nice. Make sure that this is the side that I want. Yeah, see how it fits with it. It's not bowing or anything like that. So that's what you want. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue all around. And I have a Q-tip with some cleaner, just in case I get glue. I don't want the glue to harden. We can always touch it up a little bit with paint, but I don't want to cause like too much of a mess. So I'm not gonna put a lot, guys. Just wanted to grab in a couple edges. Right, making a mess. Alright, so I'm going to put glue around the edges. Got this little applicator. Don't make too much of a mess. Gotta be a little quick before the glue dries. Got a little bit of playing time, but not a whole lot. Okay, so you're gonna let that dry. Alright, so once this is dry, I'm gonna leave it for tonight because I'm tired. It's kind of late. So what I like to do is let this dry overnight. Tomorrow what we'll do is we'll mess around with maybe putting a little trim around the windows to do the seal. Okay, the rubber seal that goes around the windows. Alright. And maybe we'll do that with putty. Okay, or something else. I don't know. We'll see which material I'll use. I'll see which one is going to be the easiest to apply. You know what I mean? So, all right. So this we'll leave it up for tomorrow, and I'll see you then. All right. So let's do the edging on the windows. What I would use is fix a fit. All right. So you're going to mix equal amounts. You don't need a lot. Not that much. So this stuff is going to get sticky. So it comes off easy with these wipes or whatever, but let's mix it up really good. I was just mixing some paint up, so I got paint all over me. Right. So you're going to mix this very well until you get a uniform color. And then you're going to roll little thin strips. And you're going to just start working around. I got a little safety solvent here. Okay. And all you're going to do is just do the trimming. Now, if you get little stains, now the windows are going to get dirty because, you know, they're trained. So, you know, maybe some staining would be a bad idea. But if you want to clean it up, just get a cotton swab with a little bit of alcohol or airbrush cleaner. I was using airbrush cleaner, my airbrush cleaner here. And put in a little container and just, you can clean it up. Alright, it comes off very easy. Alright. So I'm going to show you real quick. Now, you can do this while it's very soft, or you can wait for a little while because of the time, whatever, you know, we're going to do it now. But you can wait a little while and it won't get as sticky. And it's a little bit more workable, this stuff. Alright, if you wait just a little bit and let it not get hard, but, you know, just not too hard. How's that? So you want to still be able to work it. Alright, so that's pretty good. Okay, so see how this stuff comes out pretty easy with this rag. So what you're going to do is just going to start off in small pieces. Alright, you're going to do it all the way around the window. Basically, you're going to roll. Okay, now the window's kind of loose. I just put a little bit of glue around it just to hold it in place. Alright, but it's not so totally secure in there. This is going to secure it even more. Alright, so what I usually do is I break off some small pieces. You want to work in small pieces. You don't want to do too long of a piece because it makes it harder to just go around and do this stuff. So, alright, so just roll it. And that's good to start right there. Okay, if you got an easier way to do this, go right ahead and do that. Alright, this stuff stays very sticky on you. And what I'll do is I'll push it up to the edge that I want to work on it. Okay, let's start in the corner. Get a little safety solvent on your tip. Also helps prevent it from sticking it on the, well, there didn't work there, but just good enough to get it to work. Now you want to push it down and onto the plastic, not the glass. Alright, so when you get it down there, just push it up against the kit. Alright, there we go. Still very taggy, but alright. And then once you're done with this, you're going to paint that black. As you know, rubber black would be preferred. Alright, but that's going to simulate your the rubber around the glass that holds it down. Alright, there you go. Very easy, guys. Not that hard, right? And like I said, you could use any type of plastic, clear plastic material, you know, stuff that comes in the cookies and things like that, you know. You can recycle that stuff, or you can buy, you know, the stuff that I showed before. It's very cheap. And the reason why I don't supply it, again, I'm repeating, because it would have brought the cost of the kit that much higher, because it takes time and all that. And That's it. You paint that black. Alright, so you're going to repeat this all the way around. Okay, and then you're going to do the other side. Alright. Yeah, again, guys, you know, a little elbow grease will get you a long way with this stuff, alright? And you're going to have to do it. Unfortunately, that's the nature of the kit. I don't think I'm going to be charging a whole lot more for this because this wasn't supposed to be part of the original thing. Not that I'm like thankful for it, but you know, it was a late addition to the kit, and it's a lot of resin. If I don't want to price myself out of this thing. I'll put it that way. I want this kit to get out and people paint it, and I have to pay an arm and a leg for it if they want to use this base. All right, so I'm still working on pricing this thing out, but I'm not gonna price it like, you know, I'm not gonna make a killer out of this thing. So I'll just probably sell it for cost or something like that, but we'll see about that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna leave this right here. Tomorrow, graffiti time. Oh no, pause. We're gonna finish doing the base. We're gonna paint the bottom of the base, and if we have time, we'll start off on the graffiti. All right, so we'll work on that. All right, I'm very excited to get that to get to that part, and also to get the kit done. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello and welcome back to my dirty palette. So all right, so we're gonna do so I let this dry overnight, and it's secure. It's not gonna go anywhere, which is nice. It's got a nice solid. All right, let's do the trim. All right, and I'm using rubber black. So all you're gonna do is just gonna paint the trim around. Have a little swab to clean up, just in case you mess up. And I got some rubber black here already. Alright, and let me get my angle right. Alright, there we go. So you guys can see too, so. I'm just getting there and do the trim. I think I need a wider brush. This is kind of thin. Alright, there you go. So I know I need to touch up some of the green, and that's okay. I knew that was going to happen. So I'll go in there and fix that. There you go. At least it looks like a door with a window. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Okay, so do the same thing for the next one, and then, alright, and then once we're done with that, I think I'm going to do, like I said, I'm just going to paint the inside black, and that's it. I'm not going to do with the rubber black, I'm not going to do the outside. I'm going to keep the outside intact, alright? It gives me a little more real estate to do the graffiti, alright? Alright, there you go. Alright, so let's work on the bases, the bottoms. So I'm going to start with the small one. I'm going to paint it all silver, just a plain silver metallic by Pro Acro. Alright, so I have a little metallic medium here. I never tried this, but let me try it now. And I switch airbrushes so I don't get metallic on the other stuff, because I don't want to have to go crazy, you know, just having it ready. Okay, let's start. Let's see what this. So I'm starting on the bottom because I want to get the stuff on this side before I flip it over. Now some of these hoses I want to paint in a different color, like that rubber black, to simulate the insulation on the wires and the hoses. I want to give this like an oil wash, just to get it grimy and dirty and get into those creases and stuff, so we'll do that later on. When you're airbrushing, you see those, the edge that goes all the way around, make sure you paint that. And the reason why is because the door sits right before that. Alright? Make sure you get some color on it. It's always going to look kind of corny. What's nice is you don't need a lot of paint. Well, you do, because it's a big piece, but you don't need to go crazy. And there it is, right there, guys. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm gonna let this dry really good. And a little bit on the other one. To get rid of it. It's done. Not too bad, guys. Not too bad. I like that. I like that color. Not too bright, very subtle. It gives it that metallic look. Alright. So when we come back, we can do a couple things. We can either go with the oil wash, or we can do finish up the trimming on the doors before we start the graffiti. Alright, and like the inside rubber part, maybe paint some of the stuff black around here, do the wash thing. Alright, and almost there, guys. Almost getting done. Getting excited. Alright, so I'm gonna do a wash. I think I'm gonna use this color. So I was looking to get dirty it up, and I don't know if I want to go with black. So I'm gonna use this raw umber oil. Alright, and I'm also thinning in the paint so we can wash it. So I'm going to put, we have some washing here. Put a little bit there. I got a couple brushes that I use just for oils. I'm going to thin this out really good. Let me get some of this and go here with it. Thin this out real good. Oops. So this one's a little bit thicker than this one. So let's start over with this. I got a sponge ready to go. Alright, and what you're going to want to do is just put it all over, dirty it up. I did seal the kit before we got started. Looks a little grimy right there. Not as bright. I like that. Still going to weather this up a little bit more later on with some pastels and things like that, but right now I just want to do a wash and just get in the creases and things like that. Put a little bit more dirt on it later on. I don't want anything to look dirty. All right, with that thinner, it shouldn't take that long for it to dry. I mean, for oil and stuff, so it should take it should be dry by tomorrow. So we'll come back to that and finish it off. So put that to the side. All right, so when I come back, we can start with the graffiti thing. All right. So stay tuned. Shall we turn? All right, welcome back. Let's do some graffiti. Alright, so there you got the door all ready to go. I got it propped up in an angle so I can get to it a little better, and also you guys can see maybe hopefully a little better. Alright, so the color that I'm using I'm going to start with black, and it's Coal Black from Pro-Acro, Coal Black. Alright, so I grabbed a piece of paper and I started just squiggling and seeing how some of the stuff I just started making, just squiggly lines and stuff like that. I would suggest you do the same. All right, and practice on the paper before you put it on the kit. All right, now I diluted this a little bit with a little thinner. All right, and what I noticed when I started spraying is if I go too far, you get like a cloudy around the whatever I was putting down, so I have to get a little closer to prevent that, and get less of a cloud around the outside of, because if I go like this far away, see how cloudy it gets on the sides? I don't want that. All right. And what I'm going to be doing is more or less just doing black letters. I will write the riffs across the doors. All right, I was thinking about doing that, and then sometime later on tagging the door with the W from the Warriors. All right, with red. All right, so make that stand out more than anything else out there, and like recently tagged kind of thing. So what I want to do is just throw down some paint, start tagging the doors, and with different maybe letters and maybe the riffs, going across the door, not making it too busy as far as with the different tags and all that from the movie. I just want to, let's say this is the riffs turf, okay. And they have their tag across the door, blah blah blah. These guys come in, they tag over that, maybe something like that. I don't want to put everybody's tag on it from the movie. Just maybe add some different letters and little things that how usually people tag and stuff. I have an example right up there. All right, there's a ton of examples on the internet. New York trains, with a ton of graffiti, and some of them are really cool, and some of them just look nasty. There's so much stuff on it. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, I'm gonna try to keep it simple, stupid, not too. All right, so I like the R on that. I'm gonna try to simulate that for the wrists. All right, and I think I see how it's done. Not so much like that, but I'm not a graffiti artist, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, so something like that. And so I'm holding my arm like this. And the reason why is I just want to have a little better control. Alright, we'll start with the R. Terrible. Let's see what we can do. Whoever gets this kit, I hope you guys are better than me on this. It looks dirty. That's fine. You know, I'm okay with that. I mean, the train doesn't look clean. You know, so. I'm gonna put the W here. I haven't decided really. We'll see. We'll add some color, a couple other things. I think for now we're good on that. Let's set this to the side for a minute. Let's bring in this guy here. And again, this is part of a bigger element. Alright. You could do something on top. Just going across. You can add a little color into that. But keep it simple, stupid, I guess. Alright. I'm going to keep it like that. There we go. Continue on this part. I'll add a couple elements with color to it. Just to continue on the sides. It was too stupid. There you go. Alright, so we'll let that dry. We'll switch over colors, or I'm going to get rid of this paint and see what we can do. Alright, be back. All right, so I have a little bit of Venturella blue here. I'm not going to go crazy, like I said. I'm not going to overly do it, but I am going to paint inside these, the bubble. All right. Maybe I'm going to do it across here. And it's going to be very angular. All right. And we'll do a couple different colors on top. Whatever colors we'll get later on. And, all right. And then you'll do another color on top and just mix it up a little bit. You can do some here in this corner. Just do something a little, that's all right. Do it like that. Now, I forgot to do anything on the other side with the black, so let's do a little blue on the other side and add some, I don't know, whatever, you know. Should have let my boy do this because he used to tag back in the day, and he wasn't very good at it because he got caught a lot of times. So, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's a true story. So, all right. So I think that's good enough right there. We'll keep on, you know, see. I'm looking at another picture that I didn't put up here of some graffiti done this way, and I kind of like it. It looks messy, and you know, can't tell what the hell it says and everything because so many tags are so over it. But you know, I kind of like that. All right, so I got some red. Any red would do. So I'm gonna do a little red here first. Do some red up here. All right, so now for the W. Let's fill this one in first. That's what I wanted to do. So the W basically is just a plain W. All right, like they would tag. It's not like the, you know, like there's a couple different ways that you can, you know, like they have a big one they did on a building. It was with the Warriors, but it was all outlined and everything. I'm just gonna do like he tagged when he tagged, like let's say on the cemetery when he tagged the W. Real simple, nothing crazy. All right, so what I want to do is a W here, and all right, so I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to try to do as best I can as far as simulate the W from the. Let me try it here. I think I want to go over here. Just use any red paint. I'm using a Vallejo Air. I like this a little semi-translucent. So, all right. There we go. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to flip it over. So add some red paint on this side. Same thing. I don't want to do too much red. So let's pick another color. I want to do a little yellow on these letters right here before I go to anything else. Maybe do the same thing on the other side, just to give it a little bit more color variation. All right, we're back with the black. I'm going to go down. I know you can't see that very well, but I'm sorry, but I'm trying to do the best I can with that. All right. I'm going to do a little bit more of detailed letters over all the other squigglies, all right? So try to see what I come out with. Alright, so let me see what this is going to look like a little bit. Get these doors on here. Am I doing that the right way? Nope. See, the doors, they fit on this the right way. Otherwise, you have big gaps and stuff, and you'll be able to tell which way the door should go when you put it on, so you don't go backwards. And so that's what it looks like right there. Cool. Looks like something, right? Like I said, I'm not a graffiti artist. I wish I did, and I know how to do a little better stuff. But, you know, do the best I can, I guess. You know, I practice a little bit. Don't forget that this piece broke off on me. This little lip right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weather this a little bit more. I'm going to grab some nice shade or something like that, and just do the bolts, and then maybe do a little rust work on that. I don't know yet. To finish it off. Alright. Just do it to make it look done. And I'll glue that on pretty good where it's not going to be able to notice. That's just going to look like. Ooh, I love it, man. That's good. It's pretty good for what it is. With my skills and everything. I'm happy with it. Not too overly done. You can see the W there, somewhat. It was a good choice where to put it, but man, you really have no else to do it. You know that it's going to show right. You know, so I think I'm happy with that. A little color on all sides here. And you do as much as you want, and do it the way you want it. And if you're a better graffiti artist than me, then go for it. Alright, but that's what I have right there. Alright, I'm pretty happy with it. So I want to weather this a little bit more, okay? And let me seal this really good, and then when we come back, I'll try to weather it up a little bit. All right, so we'll be back a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some Werkz Earth Shade. Is like a brown for simulating some grime and dirt, and I diluted it a little bit here on this thing here with a little bit of water. Okay, just put a little bit of water, and I'm going to just brush it on. All right, and hopefully it'll give me a dirty tint, and that's what I'm looking for. Now I sealed everything. All right, so looking dirty, right? So you want it. Trains weren't pretty back then. I don't know what they look like now. Last time I rode on a train was I went to a Yankee game, and also went to. They still didn't look pretty. Trust me when I tell you. They look newer, but not pretty. I mean, it was post-COVID. Not the Yankee game. We went to go. I don't remember. We went to the city somewhere, and then we took the train. Yeah, you know. Let that dry. Be back. Seal it, and then we'll do the other side on this door and all that. So I thought I had more video to add to this, but I don't. So this is it right here. So I wanted to apologize to you guys for that. But if you guys got any questions or anything like that that I can help you with, don't be afraid and just contact me on my Facebook page. Just to let you guys know that the next piece is on the works for the next release, hopefully soon after this video. So stay tuned for that. I will be making an announcement on that. But in the meantime, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And just leave a comment if you have any questions, okay? Thank you so much for joining me, and have an awesome time. Thank you so much. Peace.